Some of you might remember a few weeks ago I did a video where I was basically out pigeon shooting, and there's this old guy who lives in the wood next to the farm that I shoot at, and he came over and sort of basically just had a go at me for shooting, really. And if you missed that, here's a clip of it here.
Was you one that's been over there decimating the pigeons last week?
Sorry? Sorry, I've got my ears.
There was a shoot over the other fields the other week.
Oh, right.
And they fucking slaughtered them.
And by the end of it, you know, he was alright, we were friends more or less, you know, I've spoken to him before on different occasions, and when I first met the guy, I actually gave him some money, because I felt quite bad for him, if I'm honest, so, you know, he was alright, he's just having a bit of a moan, really. But some of you suggested that I should take some of my famous smoked pigeon crowns over to him, just as a bit of a peace offering, and also just to, you know, let him know that there is a sort of purpose to shooting these things. And I thought it would be a good opportunity as well to sort of see how he's living and seeing what's going on in the wood. So I went down to see him, and what follows is what happened.
That's a pretty cool setup. Hiya. Not too bad. Can I come in? Is it just... Oh yeah. Okay, that was a pretty cool setup. You alright? I brought you some...
We bought a shed, but unfortunately...
Oh right.
It was a wooden one.
Oh right.
And I believe he melted in the steel.
Oh right.
But the thing is, one of the boxes got wet.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
And they won't have it back.
Oh right. Oh shit.
So he's stuck with the plastic.
Oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, so I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah,
How is you?
I'm alright, yeah, I brought you some pigeon.
Oh, okay.
Some smoke, these are smoked to my dad's smoker.
Okay.
That's why I thought I'd pop over really, it's a bit of a peace offering.
Oh, it's alright.
Have a look.
I need for a piece offering.
It's alright mate. One of those is a squab, which means it's a young pigeon, but these weren't shot here, they were shot over in
Yeah.
so you didn't worry about that.
There's your breast.
Yeah, it's the crown, so it's just like the chest and the breastbone.
So as you can see, he's got actually quite an impressive setup, you know, he's got all this sort of fencing around his little area that he's sort of staying in. It's quite concerning how many trees he's chopped down, if I'm brutally honest. I mean, that's only a small wood. There's only so much wood that he can really sort of chop down. But I suppose if you're living like that, you get through a lot, because you need it for cooking, for heating, especially now as the winter's approaching. You know, it's, yeah, that's the situation. As you can see, he's living there with some other homeless guy. I don't know if that's like just his friend or if it's his boyfriend, I don't know. It's none of my business, really. But it does worry me, actually, because, you know, things are much more nuanced than you think. I know a lot of you guys who watched the initial video where he's kind of just having a go at me and making sort of fairly sort of silly, puerile arguments that I was having to sort of contend with. But really, you know, he's just a bored old guy. He just wanted someone to talk to. And, you know, when you sort of scratch the surface and you see how he's living, you know, it's a worry, because he's in his 70s. You know, when I first met him, I actually gave him 20 quid. Because I felt bad. He actually had his eyes on a rabbit that I'd shot, and to be honest, I wanted to eat it, so I thought, oh, I'll give him some money, and I'd only got 20 quid, so I just gave him that. But the reason I did that is because he said, you know, there were various cutbacks and benefits and things recently, of recent years, and, you know, his housing benefit was taken away from him, and all he had was his pension, and his state pension's like, what, 100 quid a week, something like that. And obviously he can't afford to feed himself and live and pay rent with that sort of money. So his only option was to go into sheltered accommodation. And as he put it, he'd have been surrounded by sort of smackheads and you know, ne'er-do-wells, shall we say, who might do him harm. So he thought on balance he'd rather live in a wood, you know, than live with that. And as is at the moment, he seems to be managing pretty well. You know, he really does. But he's in his 70s. How many winters is he going to survive? I mean, what about when he's 80? You know, he can't live like that for any prolonged period of time. And when you think that there's people out there, I mean, people like my dad say, who's you know, fairly affluent, and he's getting things like the winter fuel allowance. He gets a free bus pass, and you know, nobody ever uses it, and all these other things. And it's like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, in the UK, most old people are quite well off. And they're getting all these benefits anyway. Nobody dares say anything to old people, because old people vote. And obviously governments don't like doing anything that old people don't like, in terms of the middle classes. But really, you know, don't give money to people like my dad. Don't give money to millionaires for their winter fuel allowance. Don't give it to them. Make sure this guy's got somewhere to live, somewhere reasonable. I mean, yeah, you can argue he should have prepared for his life better and all of that. But we all... you know, we all screw up or whatever in our lives. We all end up in bad situations sometimes, and that's what we pay taxes for. So we can, you know, so there's some sort of safety net there. I don't want to be walking through that field one day. Maybe next year I'll be flushing pheasants, and then all of a sudden I find him dead. I don't want that to happen, to be honest. But there's a bit of food for thought anyway. Like I said, because these things are there's often a lot more background to these things than you might have initially thought. So I thought it was a good idea just to sort of show you really what's going on. But either way, I'll be out again soon, hopefully to knock down some pheasants. Keep watching.